Is this new too?
Yes.
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 Just once.
Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning, September 16, 9 a.m. I'm Vern Tepe, and I hereby call to order the Transportation Committee meeting for Kane County. Roll call, please.
Berman. Iqbal.
Present.
Vice President.
Here. Roth.
Here.
Williams. Doherty.
Doherty here.
Tepe.
Tepe here.
Given in-person quorum.
I have remote attendance request for Mr. Doherty and Berman. Mr. Berman isn't online yet, but any objections to them joining the meeting?
No problem.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Doherty. May I have a motion or a request for approval of the minutes for August 19, 2025?
Mr. Chairman, this is Caius. I would ask for unanimous consent for the minutes of the last meeting, August 19th, 2025.
Okay, any objection? So ordered. Public comment, we have two speakers. Kind of rare for this committee. Come on up. Minutes.
Steve Leffler, St. Charles. Like to direct, I think most everybody has one of these new maps. Pretty awesome. I love having maps as a geography guy. I'm specifically here today to talk about this little section in St. Charles right above where it says Foxfield Road, Kirk Road. And recently there have been words in the news like killer and the word Kirk. Hopefully they don't get put together on this stretch of road anytime in the next 5 years. We do not have this stretch road in our 5-year plan, and it should have been included. There are 4,000 students that go to Redling Middle School and St. Charles East High School that many of whom live right across the street, right across Kirk Road, a 2-lane, what was a country road, and is now a heavily traveled road that's a county road and a truck route. And there's a lot of gravel trucks that are going up and down there. The shoulders are too thin for a police officer to pull anybody over there. So it's impractical for St. Charles and really dangerous for the police folks in St. Charles to be pulling people over there. And that's if they had enough enforcement, and they really don't. They can't even enforce, they're having problems just in downtown enforcing people, what's going on there. So there needs to be better routes for pedestrian traffic on the east side and on the west side, but primarily on the east side for students to walk up and down there. And the speed limit should be lowered to around 30 or 35 miles an hour along there. Right now it's 40, 45, depending on exactly where you're at and through there. But it's just too fast. And when the kids get out of school, the traffic just gets, there's going to be something bad that happens here. So it would be great if we could get something new, something innovative happening over there. It's not in the budget to fix the road, and Wayne apparently doesn't want it to be a 4-lane. So they're going to narrow it down to 2 lanes, which is going to cause more problems anyway. So if we could, let's try and figure out something along that stretch of road before somebody gets hurt. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Won't take long, but this is actually a thank you. Last week when Charlie Kirk was assassinated and there was a presidential and gubernatorial order to lower the flags to half staff, I called Roger Fonstock, who hadn't heard yet about that. But I just wanted to thank Roger. He personally went and adjusted the flags here because I knew that a group of people were coming for a prayer vigil here. And I said it would be appropriate if the county flags were there. And then he drove out to the government center and did the same out there. So it's his job, you could say, although he does direct the department. But I think it's nice when people are trying to point fingers and you know, say nasty things about people and celebrate death, which is not something any of us should do. That, you know, Roger just did his job, but he did it in a way that was helpful. And I just appreciated his attitude, and others appreciated, they mentioned that they saw the flags at half staff, and not a big thing. But if each of us could find something like that in a given day, then, you know, we could do that. And I've been also trying to do my little part with everybody, politically and otherwise, just to calm folks down. You know, we need to be more peaceful. We need to be, if we hear people saying things on either side, stop it and encourage them to be more thoughtful. So thank you, Roger. Thank you, those people, and thank you all.
Thank you. Let's move on. Finance, Ashley Young. I'm sorry, but you weren't here when the meeting opened. I'm going to allow you to speak, but in the future, I will not allow anybody who comes in late to speak. Let's get you signed up first. It's important that you be here on time.
Well, thank you for that. This is just a praise. I'm not here to criticize. I would just like to thank the staff that I spoke with regarding a traffic sign issue. And it was an immediate response. And I'm hopeful that that is going to help greatly with the situation. So that was all. Thank you very much.
Do we have a name point of order for that?
What?
She registered.
Hmm?
She registered.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Finance, Ashley Young.
Thank you. Good morning. We've included in the committee packet the finance reports. One thing I will point out, we still have our recently added future obligations on the bottom. And one thing also to know, purchase orders sometimes have a lag in obtaining them due to the timing for obtaining executed contracts and agreements. And so this month I included pending purchase orders that have been board approved in our contractual obligations, and going forward in future months, we'll put lines on the purchase order report showing that they're pending purchase orders in place. Are there any questions on the finance reports?
I'm sorry, this Caius, is that for 11B? The resolution?
No, it's just
Something else?
It's just reports.
Which reports?
These are just
Okay.
reports. Not a resolution.
Okay. And then you have a resolution?
Yeah, so the resolution we have in front of you is approving an agreement for the county engineer salary program. This agreement has been recently revised. Historically, this agreement was only for a period of 6 years at a time, and now it's a perpetual agreement, so it won't need to keep getting re-updated every 6 years. And then also the appropriation request and the authorization of the transfer of funds are taken through county board annually for the purposes of IDOT paying for 50% of the county engineer salary.
May I have a motion and a second to discuss this?
Iqbal moves.
Caius, second?
Section. This is barely an agreement where the state and federal pays for half of the engineer's salary.
Yeah.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth. Doherty.
Doherty, yes.
Thank you. Tepe.
Seppi, yes.
Passes.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Rickard.
In front of you is the maintenance department's activities for the past month, and a couple things to mention are the new radios are being installed and programmed, as well as they're starting this week, the final right-of-way mowing for the year. And they're also starting to move forward with the winter prep. So that's all I have as far as the maintenance update.
Any questions for Mr. Rickard filling in for Mr. Way? Okay, you have a resolution.
The resolution before you is approving adopt a highway applicants. And for this month, we have two. We have the IBEW Local 117, and they have adopted or renewing their adoption of a portion of Long Meadow Parkway from Illinois 31 Randall. And we have the Phillips family on Peck Road from Kesslinger Road to Caneville Road, and staff is recommending approval.
Caius would move.
Caius moves.
Leonard seconds.
Leonard second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Doherty,
Yes.
Pepe.
Steffi, yes. Okay, planning and programming, Ms. Files.
Hi, good morning. Planning and programming report is in your packet. A couple things to highlight. The Ride and Cane program, we were recently awarded approximately $2.7 million for the Ride and Cane program in the RTA's at the RTA meeting. They still need to apply for those funds for the FTA from the FTA, but they are formula funds, so they are pretty much guaranteed. This will fund the next year's and potentially 2 years of operations for Ride and Cane at a 50% federally funded level. ADA self-evaluation and transition plan, we're applying for some funds to CMAP to update our currently 9-year-old transition plan. This brings awareness and gives us a plan to address facilities as we move through our capital improvement program and our resurfacing program. Anytime we are touching a roadway or making changes, we have to bring the pedestrian and ADA facilities up to the latest standards by law. So look out for that. And then we have some goodies. We have this is updated approximately every 2 years, highway map on one side and bike ped map on the other side. We printed 15,000 of these. We do that every couple of years. We drop them off at bike shops and libraries and municipalities and townships, and members of the public come and pick them up also. And then we have the handy dandy best tool, all KDOT staff agrees. This map, we haven't updated this in quite a few years. So this is a treat for us. We have copies if you want more. And then the next item I'll talk about is the impact fee. Am I allowed to mention the next one?
Any questions on the app? Everybody knows how to use a map. You don't need any instructions.
Yeah, you also have the latest newsletter from the Council of Mayors. And then we are presenting a resolution to this committee to establish a public hearing for the consideration of land use assumptions. These land use assumptions provide socioeconomic data that we put in our travel demand model. So households, population, and employment projections from this year to 2035 to 2045. We start with adopted regional forecasts from CMAP, Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning. We're utilizing the comments that we received in the last go around that fed into the impact fee program, those comments from the municipalities, since it's essentially the same CMAP data set. So we're starting off with already revised numbers, and we're going to solicit feedback from our municipalities, the public, our development community. We're requesting that you approve a date of November 18th. That meeting will be held downstairs in the auditorium from 4 to 7, and we will have a public engagement site open for 2 weeks beforehand also. And then I'll work with Julie Mann to get that out in Kane County Connects. And then by law, we put a notice in the newspaper 3 times as well. And we'll also let our municipalities know through the council meetings.
Roth will make a motion.
Leonard will second.
Second. just as a point, that's kind of an interesting process to go through the impact fee analysis and see not only the way the staff and the consultants handle it, but the volunteers associated with it. Some of them are business people, some of them are people associated either with a city or a township. And it's really kind of interesting to see how seriously they take the commitment to doing this, and quite impressive. Any other comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chair,
Oh, yes.
just, I want to confirm that this is the analog version of this, right? And
Yes,
there
it's
is a
online
electronic
also.
version online?
Yes, yes.
Okay, roll
Just
call,
saying.
please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Doherty,
Doherty, yes.
Pepe.
Deputy, yes.
Passes.
Okay, permitting.
Good morning, everybody. Our permitting reports are in your packet, and before you on the screen is our executive summary. If you have any questions, I can answer those now. Otherwise, I am going to move on to two projects we would like to highlight. The first one I have before you is a new access for a subdivision in Algonquin. It's called Algonquin Meadows. This was a major access, so full movement with turning lanes left and right. The first picture on the upper left is of that new access on the north side of Long Meadow Parkway. This is just east of Randall Road. The next photo in the lower right is standing in the center of the Long Meadow Parkway, looking at that new turn lane, looking westbound. Some items to note here were the new concrete widening right turn, left turn lanes into that subdivision. There was curb and gutter, pavement marking, signage, right-of-way regrading, a new multi-use path sidewalk that'll be on the north side of Long Meadow Parkway. This was in District 23, Mr. Caius, his jurisdiction. The next project permitting would like to highlight is Ignite Batavia. This was for a long-term care facility that is along Main Street Road just east of Deer Path in Batavia. Due to spacing concerns, they were given a right-in, right-out access to the county highway. So the upper left-hand photo shows you the barrier median, which is there to hinder improper movements to get into a right-in, right-out access. Standing on that new right turn lane, you see the right-only signage that's there to get onto the site. And then another photograph we have of that concrete median with the sidewalk going through. Some items to highlight there were the widening, right-of-way regrading, new signage, utility coordination. And this was in District 2, Mr. Berman's jurisdiction.
Okay.
If there are any questions, otherwise we
Any
can move on.
questions? All right, thank you. Traffic operations, Mr. Nika.
Good morning. Included in the packet is the traffic operations report. Staff has been working to review and respond to a number of questions that have come in about signal timings from the public. Sometimes those come in bunches. So as always, we try to be responsive to the public, but that's really all I had to point out for the traffic operations report today. And of course.
Any questions? All right, go on to your resolution.
Do we have a resolution?
This project is important to us. It would install a fiber optic cable as a backup connection to between KDOT's office and our traffic fiber network. It's important because it allows us another route to connect to that network. At present, there's about a 5-mile stretch of our fiber network that if it were damaged, if it were severed, then that would cut off all communication between KDOT and our network. So with this improvement, this backup path would automatically kick in. I'd also like to point out that this project has some side benefits in that we are going to are planning to pull in an IT fiber through that same conduit. And so that would allow us, similar to what I just mentioned, if there were a catastrophic cut, that would allow KDOT's offices, phones, and connection to the county servers to be preserved. So, it wouldn't be a very bad outage event for us. The project was publicly bid. The low bidder didn't meet all the guidelines of the responsible bidder ordinance. So the bids were reviewed for compliance with other sections of the purchasing ordinance. And so therefore we're recommending Helm Electric Facility Solutions as the low bidder to be selected. If there's any questions.
Have a motion and a second.
Roth will make the motion. Iqbal second.
Okay. Let me make some comments about this. This is a lot of money to, talk about having a backup. And I had to come to terms with this myself. Okay. The real challenge being that virtually all the traffic lights associated with what we've installed are controlled out of this facility. So if there was disruption, it would be inconvenient to say the least. Okay. When I was questioning about it, it is coming in from a different source and location. It is not something where they're putting another fiber cable down where the current one exists. Okay. So those were some of the questions I had. But Mr. Roth, did you want to make?
Is it coming into a different part of the building? Or does it come in the same place?
Well, I guess I'd say the last, 80, 100 feet is in the same.
Okay,
place.
which kind of violates the whole contingency, because if it gets cut there, you're still SOL.
I guess I would say the concern for us is for excavators that
Right.
would be operating outside of
Somewhere
our
out in the
vision.
middle, right?
But right in front of the office there, I feel like we can
Okay.
really
Well-
clamp down on that.
I was in IT for my whole career, and I always say Murphy follows me around, so.
Okay.
And we've had that happen in the past where it gets cut in. And then,
Did that happen up in Elgin?
yeah, it happened at GE. They actually had a power outage and it burned up the UPS. And the finance people said, oh, that'll never happen again. They didn't address the issue. So,
All right,
so
roll
you're
call,
gonna have
please.
cameras out there watching, right?
Chair Caius?
Ms. Grice.
And this is a duplicate. This is still state of the art. We're adding an additional, but it's state of the art, and we don't anticipate this to become obsolete if we're going to double this up and go to radio transmitters, or I know that's kind of weird, but.
We did look at other technologies like wireless, but we ended up choosing this because some of the complexity with wireless and some FCC license that we'd have to procure. We did look into it. We validated that the line of sight was not an issue for us if we did it in certain ways. But at the end of the day, it kind of came down to a bandwidth issue for us. We operate a 1 gig network, and it was just really hard for the wireless to get to that level, at least with what we were willing to spend. And so, stable, durable, in the ground, that really appealed to us.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Caius, yes?
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Doherty.
Yes.
Oh, you cut out. I'm sorry. What was that?
Doherty, yes.
Thank you.
Nope.
Tepe.
Zepi, yes. Thank you. Mr. Koffenberger.
Thank you, Chairman. The IMP report shows our current status of construction and design projects. Two items that are not noted on that I'd like to mention, that this morning we were informed that Long Meadow Parkway continues to win awards. The American Society of Civil Engineers Illinois section selected Long Meadow for their Outstanding Civil Engineering Achievement Award in the over $100 million category. So that's exciting. And also for our Galligan Road from Binney Road to Freeman Road project that's in engineering, there's a public information meeting being held on Tuesday, September 23rd from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Gilbert's Eagles Club. That'll show the proposed improvements, which right now include dual roundabouts at the Binney and Freeman intersections, plus a center dual left turn lane in between. So I just wanted to note that. I'll take any questions before the photos, if we have any.
This, could you repeat the public meeting time?
It's on Tuesday, September 23rd from 5 to 7 at the Gilbert's Eagles Club. The first photo shows our box culvert extension project on Kesslinger over the tributary of Big Rock Creek. That project has been wrapped up. Bunker Road Extension Project, 2-year construction, primarily work being done off-road this year, including managing the soils and storm sewer improvements. Next year will include the roundabout construction at Kesslinger Road. Our recessed reflective pavement marker contract is wrapped up. That was a countywide contract funded with with Federal Safety Fund. I was going to do the acronym, but HSIP is the new Federal Safety Fund. So one of our paving contracts continues to go on along with the striping. We anticipate wrapping that up in late October. We poured a protective wall against our MSC wall is on Long Meadow Parkway under the Sandbloom Road bridge that's on the northbound side. So now there's a crash wall on both sides. And Claude Hansen Bridge had the joints replaced. That was a quick project. That project is basically wrapped up now, and that'll help extend the life of that structure and make for a smoother ride over those joints. And that's all the photos.
Question, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Roth.
On the Bunker Hill, you said well, part of the process is managing the soil. Does it misbehave, or what's the definition of manage?
So it's utilizing the soils that are in place, but you need to treat it. So to
If
make
it's
them
too
better
wet
for
or something
road
like
construction.
Right.
So they add kiln
Right.
dust or whatever, and they work the soils and work that in, and then they test it to make sure that we can then use that as our road base. So
Okay.
reutilizing those existing soils in place.
As much
they
as
just need to be
possible.
treated.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, move on to your resolutions.
This resolution is blank, and that's because when we have a federal project such as Randall Road at 72 intersection reconstruction project, which will add a through lane in each direction along with enhancing the turning movement. Those projects are let and awarded by IDOT. IDOT has a 45-day award deadline. So each time we let an IDOT project, we got to compare it against our Transportation Committee and County Board dates to see, do we need to take one in advance so that we get to County Board next month, we can award it, and then let IDOT know we concur with the award. So bid opening for this project is this Friday. So we anticipate we'll review the bids at that time, make sure we got a good bidder and a good bid. And we will then recommend or update Legistar for executive and county board approval consideration. So
May I have a motion and a second to discuss?
Iqbal moves. Leonard seconds.
Okay, thank you. Again, this is our approval of the process that will then go to the executive committee and the full board after it's been opened. And it's merely unfortunately, a timing thing that is out of the control of the county.
Right, procedure.
Mr. Caius.
Sure, but then there's plenty of time to modify this in exec and full board as well. So it's not like
There
we're
is.
committing ourselves to anything other than we're in favor of this process. And
We're in favor of
And
the
the project.
project and this is
Process.
one where it's IDOT paying for it, correct?
there's $7.6 million in change to put towards this project. There is a required local match, and anything over and above that, that county will be responsible for. But, I don't want to get into our, engineer's estimate, but this is very well funded.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
All right, roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Caius,
guys, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Ross,
Roth, yes.
Doherty,
Yes.
Pepe.
Steffi, yes. Okay. And your second resolution?
And this last one is the Phase 3 Construction Engineering Services contract to go with that same project. We went through QBS, received 9 statement of interest, shortlisted 3 firms for our award-winning QBS process, and selected Stanley Consultants, negotiated a contract for a little over $1 million towards this improvement. For staff recommends approval.
Caius would move.
Iqbal seconds.
Second. Any discussion?
Mr. Chair, can you define QBS?
It's a qualifications-based selection process in the state of Illinois or
Okay, thank
across
you.
the country. It's based upon their qualifications. You select the consultant and then you negotiate the contract. So it's not monetary-based selection,
Okay, thank you.
state law, fed law,
Mhm.
both.
Any other discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Doherty,
Doherty, yes.
Pepe.
Steffi, yes.
Passes.
May I ask for a motion or request to put
Mr.
reports on file?
Chair, this is Caius. I would ask for unanimous consent to place the reports on file.
Any objection?
No, Jeff.
Okay. Anybody want to go into executive session?
You could stay after.
He's legit.
Vote fails.
Yeah.
Any new business?
Oh, I guess it's new business because I want to introduce my baby sister who's come to visit here from Idaho Falls, Idaho. So I thought I'd embarrass her like I have for,
And she told me she was babysitting you today, so.
she's much younger than I am.
Mr. Gray?
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes. He's really a nice guy. Don't.
Politician.
When he
Another
behaves.
thank you, this one specific to transportation, to Tom and Ken and the guys. I've been working on trying to improve an intersection in the district I represent. Never call it my district because it's not. Any rate, it's not a county intersection, but they can help and have been helping. So township's going to take care of the expense probably next year at it's Burr and Silver Glen. It's a major pain to turn there. So I just wanted to thank the guys and ladies, everybody, that's generic. They've been very, very helpful and they're helping the township get this done right. So thank you to the gang.
Okay.
Actually,
Caius?
one other thing too, which is in the back of my mind. I regularly sit in on the zoning meetings that occur on Monday morning, where staff contribute to businesses and individuals that want to improve or change zoning to make improvements. And the contributions from all of the departments is amazing. to help these people find what they need to do. In particular, Doris is in there. And they help really are invaluable in assisting these projects along by giving them helpful hints way and above what I would expect from the governments I've worked with in the past. So this is a really good project. So it also applies to development and the water people but Doris does a great job. So speaking of thank yous, we got time to do that.
Roth will make a motion to adjourn.
Hold on. Hold on. I have a couple comments.
All right,
So
sorry.
You're not recognized yet.
That's fine.
First off, like to note that Mr. Shepro is online. We want to welcome him back. And of course, now he's at home with COVID. So in addition to all of his woes, he's now got COVID. So glad he's back. Second comment is this is a relatively short meeting. Don't expect that to last. Next month will be much longer.
I want to compliment Jennifer for running a very efficient meeting.
What'd you do with Mike?
He's on
Right.
vacation.
Fishing. I'll take all the credit.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Roth?
Roth will make a motion to adjourn.
Guys, second.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.